All right, guys, welcome to another exciting episode of the Left Side View with Rahul and Amitabh. So this is the review episode, part one, where we will cover three leagues. We will talk about the Premier League, we will talk about the Bundesliga, and we will cover some matches from League One. So where do we begin, Amitabh?
Yeah, hi, Rahul. Hi, everyone. So let's start with the Premier League. On Saturday, we had Newcastle hosting Liverpool in the early kickoff. As you predicted, Liverpool came out victors 1-0. Naby Keita scoring a good goal in the first half, 19th minute. There was some controversy around that because one of the Newcastle players was injured, but yeah, that foul was not given after VAR check, and that goal stood. Apart from that, yeah, Newcastle showed a lot of heart. They showed a lot of resilience, but then they could not finish their chances. Their attackers, I thought sometimes were a little selfish. They wanted to, they went for glory rather than the more reasonable pass so that the other person could finish it. Alisson again, I think he's having one good save every match. So whenever he's been, called upon, asked to do his bidding, he has always come out with flying colors. Uh, yeah, and again, a recurrent theme. I really don't know what Sadio Mane needs to do in order to get a red card. This time it was a late foul, studs up on the knee of the goalkeeper. And I think the goalkeepers are the most protected ones on the field. And the best part was as soon as he committed that foul, he got the yellow card. Klopp substituted him. I don't know if there was a VAR check going on or not, but it would have been, pretty funny to see had VAR called on that incident and suggested the referee to go and see the screen and then give a brandish a red card or straight away brandish a red card. So yeah, I mean he's gouging people's eyes. He's doing all kinds of funny stuff, but yeah, I think it's okay if it's Liverpool. Rahul?
I mean, yeah. Obviously, if we don't take that into account, then yes, like we predicted, yes, this is going to go down right to the wire, I guess. Obviously, so yes. Um, in a way, Liverpool made some rotation, right? They knew that they've got a trip to Spain to play Villarreal at the El Madrigal. But the fact that they've already got a 2-0 lead in that match, so yes, they had the liberty, of rotating a few players. So yes, and that's what they did. And again, he got it right. I mean, that's the thing. Like with having a great squad, that even when you rotate, the quality does not really drop, and that's what happened in this match. I mean, Liverpool have won what 13 matches out of their last 14, man, and even the one match wherein they dropped points, it was against City at the Etihad, and even that was a draw. So yes, even against I think Eddie Howe, he has lost 13 of his 15 games against Liverpool in non-competition. So yeah, not a good reading. Uh, I mean, overall as well, like irrespective of the takeover or not, right? Newcastle are winless in 11 Premier League meetings with Liverpool since a 2-0 victory in December 2015. So that's like 6.5 years, and yeah, not a victory. So all these omens were against Newcastle. And again, similarly, like it happened at Anfield, I think when the goal was scored, there was a Newcastle player down, so Newcastle wanted the play to be stopped or the goal to be disallowed. But like it was at Anfield, that didn't really happen. The same thing happened here. Newcastle player was down, but yeah, the goal still counted. And again, to be honest, a great goal from Naby Keita. I think he's another player who's becoming like this unsung hero for Liverpool because we have seen, we've talked about how Klopp has managed someone like Jordan Henderson. So yes, because of that, Naby Keita does play a lot more this season. And having said that, another reason why he plays so much is obviously because he plays well, and at the same time because he's not injured. Otherwise, still last season, I still feel like he was getting injured quite often. But this season, he hasn't. Uh, he has at least avoided getting injured till now. So that's also something that's helping his cause. But yeah, a 1-0 victory, I think, again, champions mentality, and they move on to the next match. You're on mute, Amitabh.
Yeah. Let's take a couple of matches now because we need to discuss that together. Aston Villa at home, 2-0 winners against Norwich. So Norwich are relegated officially now. And Watford at home to Burnley. Um, Watford actually started this match well, and a lot of energy, and of course the home crowd they were behind the team. And but then in the second half, I think it changed a bit. All that energy. It seemed like the players were a little too legged, and Burnley just had this belief that they would come back in the match, which they did. 4 and 2 goals in the 83rd and 86th minute by Cott and Brownhill, respectively. And I mean, miraculous journey for the new manager, Mick. They have gotten a total of 10 points now out of a possible 12 under his stewardship. So, yeah, they are actually 17th, 16th now. Yeah, 16th
17.
now, 16th
Okay.
with Leeds and Everton below them. So Everton have a match in hand, 32 points, and the other two teams on 34 points. Again, Watford have lost all 5 of the previous matches, and I think they are as good as doomed. It's just a matter of time now. And as far as the third team is concerned, I now feel that Leeds are in trouble, especially given the goal difference, which is minus 34. So all those huge defeats that they had. Again, some of the players are back from injury, like Calvin Phillips, but then other players are injured. They are playing a young team. It will be difficult for them. Yeah, I think as intriguing as that battle for the fourth position, again, and the championship as well. So, yeah, something to look forward to. Rahul?
I mean, yeah, obviously Watford are like as good as down, to be honest, along with Norwich. It was announced this week that Norwich are down officially, but yeah, maybe it'll be next week. It'll be official. I mean, the one thing that's actually let them down is their home form. They have lost each of the last 11 Premier League games at Vicarage Road. That's the first side in English top flight to do so. So yeah, when you lose 11 in a row at home, I don't think that there's anything else that there's anything that anyone can do. I mean, you can have, Tony Pulis, Sam Allardyce, and uh, Roy Hodgson manage you together, and even then, nothing's gonna happen, I guess. But yeah, I mean, poor man. See, again, not much to talk about Watford. Like, what do we say? Like, we already talked about them before that he came too late, and the squad is just not good enough. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. So Norwich down and Watford as good as down. Let's see which is the third team to join them in the championship next year. The next couple of matches, sort of teams which are in between, neither here nor there. Southampton lost at home 1-2 against Crystal Palace, and Wolves. Now they've lost their 3 matches, and they lost this match 3-0. The funny or not so funny in our case fact is that whenever teams are not doing well and they play Chelsea, they somehow manage to eke out a result. And Wolves are against Chelsea next Sunday or Saturday. So, yeah. Any views on these two matches now?
I mean, yeah, like you said, so it's a little surprising, right? Bulls on a three-match run, wherein they've lost 3 matches in a row. So yeah, it's not really something that happens quite often with Wolves. I mean, they're so solid defensively and all that stuff, and the fact that they lost 3-0. So that's the thing. Like another team that I want to talk about is Brighton. Like they are again one of the most unpredictable teams. I guess like one week they're beating Tottenham away, Arsenal away, and then even Wolves, but then all of a sudden they lose to some team. And yeah, I mean, maybe that's the thing. Like I don't want this to happen for the simple reason that all of a sudden we will start seeing promos that Graham Potter should be at a bigger club. I mean, the first criteria to be at a bigger club is to be consistent. Now when it doesn't really matter, all the teams have down their tools. Now you're beating them, so all of a sudden, oh my god, he should be at a bigger club. I mean, why were you not doing this earlier when it actually mattered? And you probably would have finished at a higher position with Brighton, and then you would have then those promos and all those stories would have actually made sense. So yeah, I still think that uh, yes, Brighton do need to be a little more consistent. And to be honest, they do have that kind of squad. They do have that kind of manager. They just need to be a little more consistent. So yes, if they can actually do this, and not have those dull moments wherein all of a sudden they go on a 5, 6, 7, losing streak. So if they can avoid that, then yes, they can actually be in a conversation. for maybe European teams.
Anything about the Southampton Palace match?
I mean, again, Southampton, there's just nothing to play for, right? Tino Livramento's has gone off injured. I mean, even someone like Amano Broya's form has actually dropped off. Even Ralph Hasenhüttl talked about it. He said that he's not the same player that he was. I mean, you have to understand that a lot of these players, even someone like uh, Armando Broya, he was actually playing in Holland last season. This is his first season uh, in England, so it's not really something that happens quite often, right? Uh, I mean, you play for a whole season in the English top flight for the first time. You're just 20 years old, so obviously that it is so difficult to do that on a consistent level. And the same applies for someone like Conor Gallagher of Crystal Palace. Even his form, like he's not had a goal involvement in his last 11 matches. But again, the quality is just so different, right, as compared to what he was. Like he was playing for West Brom, a team that got relegated, and now Crystal Palace. So obviously, to maintain that kind of form, to maintain that kind of a level for an entire season is a little difficult for these players. So that's the reason why I think Crystal Palace, they do have that, in terms of quality, they do have better players, and I think that just shows.
Yeah. The next match on Saturday was Leeds against Manchester City. Now, given Liverpool's victory earlier in the day, City had to play, I mean, the best side that they possibly could. They did end up, resting De Bruyne. In this match, they came out 4-0 victors. A lot of stuff was being thrown on the field by the Leeds supporters. So that was it. Again, a 4-0 drubbing, and that did not help, their goal difference, minus 34. So, yeah, Rahul?
I mean, I think another player that like for Liverpool, there's a Spanish player Thiago who's been pulling the strings, and I think there's another Spanish player for City who's pulling the strings. And again, someone who's going unnoticed or maybe underrated in a way. That is Rodri. Like, how good has Rodri been this season? In my opinion, he has been one of their best players. I mean, people talk about the De Bruyne's and Phil Foden's and Riyad Mahrez, but I think Rodri deserves to be up there. He has bailed them out time and time again. I remember even the goal against Arsenal that he scored away from home, especially in big games. He has been so good for City. So yes, uh, again, he's the one who opened the scoring and all that stuff. I mean, like, yeah, man, 7-0 in the corresponding fixture, 4-0 here. Uh, so yes, kept the pressure. Yeah, nothing more to say, man.
Yeah, so the title battle goes on for one more week. On Sunday, Everton, with a boisterous, support from the crowd, they came out 1-0 victors against Chelsea. Chelsea enjoyed the dominant possession of the ball, but then, as Mourinho has famously said, you can have the ball, take it home, but will not let you score. Pickford made some fantastic saves out of the world. Again, everybody seems to bring out the best performance against us. And yeah, 1-0 win to Everton. Again, 4 matches to go. They're playing for their lives. I just hope these results don't jeopardize our top four. The desired result that we have as of now. The chances are slim, but then again, us faltering is not a good sign. Not a good sign before the FA Cup final. Right?
Yeah, I mean, at least I'm happy to see someone like Kovacic back. N'Golo Kante was actually missing. He said that he got off. I mean, he felt some kind of pain, I guess. He's not injured, but it was more of a precaution thing. So yeah, let's hope that he's also back. And like you said, it actually looked like Everton were playing for their lives, man. It's as simple as that. They were playing out of their skin, playing at home. The whole crowd was behind them. Every time the ball went out as well, actually Chelsea had to struggle so much to get the ball back. One supporter actually hit the ball. So yeah, a lot of these things happen, and yeah, I mean, obviously, if we were in their position, we would also want to do that same thing, right? So yeah, even Lampard after the match said that he has so much respect for Chelsea and the fans, but he was just so happy with the result because Everton needed it more than Chelsea did. Simple as that. And yes, let's hope that we still finish third. But yeah, not much to say, man. We can move on.
Yeah, moving ahead again, two results that we have to discuss in unison. Tottenham 3-1 victors against Leicester City. Of course, Leicester was a little light with one eye on the semi-final on Thursday against Roma, away at Roma, and West Ham United at home against Arsenal. Um, Again, they also have a away semi-final against Frankfurt on Thursday. So it was sort of an relatively easier fixture for the North London teams, and both of them came out as victors. 3-1 to Tottenham and 2-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, again, I think it's all building up for to that 12th of May clash between these two teams. Rahul?
I mean, like you said, good time to play these two teams. I think had West Ham and Leicester played their best sides, maybe the result would have been a little different, especially in the Arsenal West Ham case. But yeah, Tottenham bring it home against a depleted Leicester side. Like I don't think that there was any other result that we could have expected. I mean, we've got Son. He's got what 18 goals now. Harry Kane again. So yeah, Son with a double. Actually, some great goals that he scored. When we talk about the Leicester game, I mean, when we talk about the West Ham versus Arsenal game, both the defenders, Rob Holding and Gabriel actually scored for Arsenal. Jared Bowen again great goal. I mean, the pass was by Sufal, but before that was actually the one player who was actually instrumental for West Ham was Declan Rice. From midway, he was the one who crossed that ball to Sufal. So yes, people will talk about Sufal, but I think a lot of credit goes to Declan Rice as well, who has been again so good this entire season. And I mean, the fact that again the quality I guess showed because Arsenal just wanted this victory more, right? And whereas you have to say that with West Ham, they did have one eye on uh, the trip to Germany. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we can stop here for now. We did say that we will cover Bundesliga and Liga as well. We'll cover that in the next video. This was a review of the Premier League matches in this weekend. Again, we have Manchester United against Brentford tonight. So we'll be back with our review of the other leagues quite soon. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and take care. Bye bye.
All right, guys.